I am the vine. You are the branches. If a person remains in me, and I remain in him, he is like a branch that bears much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Apart from me, you can do nothing. I wonder if we really understand that. With all of our issues, with all of our struggles, with all of our heartaches, with all of the things that beset us, Jesus says, apart from me, you can do nothing. And so many of us are struggling, trying to fix things, trying to make things better, trying to do all of these things, and we forget about, apart from Jesus, we can do nothing. If anyone does not remain in me, he is like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me, and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be given you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. In Ephesians chapter 4, Paul says to the congregation at Ephesus, it was He, Jesus, who gave some to be apostles, some to be prophets, some to be evangelists, some to be pastors and teachers, to prepare God's people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God, and we become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. Then we will no longer be infants, tossed to and forth by the waves, blown here and there by every wind of teaching, by the cunning and craftiness of men in their deceitful scheming. Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will in all things grow up into Him who is the head, that is Christ. From Him the whole body, joined and held together by every supporting ligament, grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. Paul says that the purpose for which God gifted some men to be leaders in the congregation, why He gifted some men to be evangelists and some to be pastors and some to be teachers, the purpose was to prepare God's people for works of service and to create unity in the faith. It is interesting to me that the members of the congregations I visit rarely ever measure the effectiveness of their elders and evangelists by those standards. There are some really hard things about this lesson. And all of you, well, maybe not all of you, but if you went to as many congregations every year as I go to, and you see that they're all declining. No, they're all declining. I don't even get out of the airport before they start talking to me about the fact that their younger members are leaving. It's everywhere I go. And I'm always asked, what do we do about that? But when I tell them, they're not willing.